Okay, so hopefully that stays. If you don't know, I'm in my freshman year of high school. I would be in my sophomore year, but I stayed back in 4th grade because I just didn't go to school. I go to school now, though, so that's good. And if you're young enough that you have never been to high school before, or you just were homeschooled or something, I'll tell you this, it kind of sucks. But also, I kind of really like high school. But also, it sucks. Now, I was like always bullied in school because I was a bit gullible. When I was really young, I really liked to talk to people. And I don't know. And then middle school, I admit I was a little weird. I was kind of really weird. And I get why they didn't like me, but you know, you don't have to say anything, you know. You can just keep it in your head. It's possible. It's easier than making fun of someone. It's very, very easy. So specifically, I have this pimple under my nose. God damn it. I have a few people in school that don't really like me or just like to make fun of me or take advantage of how much I just don't talk to normal people, I guess, but they're not normal at all. Just like the normalized people. Because I'm in drama, I'm in chorus, I'm in an art class, but I don't think that counts because there's like those people in those classes that it's like overrun by it. Like one whole person from my drama and chorus friends in my class, in my art class. So I get a little nervous. I don't feel very comfortable because I know what kind of people they are. And yeah, it's a little scary. It's a little dehumanizing. It's a little, it kind of ruins high school for me, specifically, but also just school in general for me, because I really like high school, and also just school in general. I like to learn things, but also, there's very different people in the world, and not a lot of people like that. For some reason. Or at least the normalized group I guess, but you know. So I have this specific person. I don't really remember her name. Because she says she acts like she's my friend a little bit. She isn't. I know it, I just don't remember it. So I met her in middle school in 8th grade. Because I arrived to my town in 8th grade because my dad, like, I moved in with my dad because I wasn't going to school even though, my mom promised that I would go to school, but my dad's kind of a bitch. So, yeah. Probably get in trouble with my dad if he sees that. I don't think he knows my YouTube channel or really will watch it. My cat just yelled. So our relationship, no, that sounds romantic, but our friendship, but it's not really friendship, but it just started when she saw me. I was in her social studies class, and she would talk to me, and she would make me believe that she was my friend at first. She would talk to me, she would try to raise my ego. She would say my drawings were good. She would just, I don't know, that kind of stuff. And then it started getting a bit iffy. So she's a kind of religious person. She believes in God. She's a Christian. I don't know if she's Catholic or Protestant, but I don't really care about that. I don't think it's relevant right now, because I don't really know the difference much, because I'm not religious. So yeah. And when she told me to show her my drawings, which I did do it, but didn't really want to, because I admit I was a little scared of her, because yeah, she was like one of the only friends I had. I have a lot of friends now in my drumming course, but I had like maybe 3 back then in my school. That was kind of like in general too, but you know what, that's fine. What was I talking about? So sorry. Oh, I'll be honest with you, I drew a lot of gay stuff, as you can see. And one of my favorite ships had but also still is my favorite. One of them has long hair, but they're both boys. And when she would see these drawings, she would kind of ask about them. She asked if it was a boy and a girl once, I think. And I said that they're both boys, and she kind of looked at me weird. So that was a little bit of a red flag. I'm not picking my boogers. I'm itching my nose because I'm using my shirt. And now I just made it itchier. Great job. Okay. And also, she knew that I didn't have a lot of friends. She knew that I was a bit lonely. Lonely. And she would kind of take advantage of that. She would tell me that if I turned to God, then I would have more friends and all that stuff. And when she had me kind of like hooked, that I believe she was my friend because I was pretty desperate for them. She would just mess with me for fun. She sat behind me in that class, and she would. We have these little buckets on the. We had these little buckets on the bottoms of the seats, and she would kick mine, and it would be very annoying, but I would let her go because she was my friend. And now she won't stop. She won't stop doing this stuff. It's been probably a year and then some. We're both high schoolers. We're both old enough that we have to plan our lives ahead when we're adults. I've already planned it. I'm still planning it now because I'm only a freshman. But she I don't think she cares. She's annoying. She just won't respect teachers. I don't have a class with her, but I have a homeroom with her. And when it's study hall or focus time or whatever, we go to homeroom, and it lasts like 20 or 30 minutes. So I have to spend 20 or 30 minutes with her in front of me because I sit right behind her. We have these long black tables and then 2 seats. She sits in a long black table in front of me in one of those 2 seats because they don't really sit down. They just stand and talk all the time. And then she sits with her friends that are also annoying. They aren't as bad as her, though, I believe. But they won't shut up. Focus time is the time to focus. If you have work to do, then you focus on that. If you don't have work to do, you focus on something else. What you don't do is you be so loud that I cannot hear my own thoughts, and I don't think anyone could do work in that classroom. One time it got so bad that I had to tell my teacher. God bless her. God bless her. Oh my God. I love that woman so much. And I had to do a little math thing because for period 2 before that I have math. I have algebra 1. And we get homework a lot, and it's not that hard, so I can just finish it focus time, and if not, then I have whatever it's called, another study hall class, academic support lab, I think. I hope, because yeah, my hair's getting a little long. And it's in the same day. It's in the same orange day. And I was trying to do my work, but they were being so loud. I remember it so vividly. It's weird that I remember it so well. It's they were playing hangman on the boards, and that's not that bad, but they were talking so loudly, even though they're right next to each other, because they were playing hangman on the same board, because where else would you play it? And I, like in the middle of focus time, I had to stand up and I had to go to my teacher. I had to go to the teacher's desk. I had to walk all the way there because I have to walk to the front of the classroom. And then I told her, and then she said I can go to the hallway. I walked out, go outside, go to the hallway, sit right by the door. The door's not soundproof, but it's muffled. So I finished my work. I couldn't like write a single thing with my pencil or pen or whatever I had when I was in that classroom, but the second I got into that hallway, it took me like maybe 5 minutes at the most. And when I finished, I just stayed out in the hallway because I could not deal with the yelling. I just had to chill out there. And I could hear my teacher. I love her so much. I could hear her yelling at the students because they did not need to be yelling. They did not need to raise their voice that much when they were like a foot at the most across from each other. I wish she was a sophomore teacher and also a junior and a senior teacher too, because I love her. Oh god, the videos are 17 minutes long. My phone might not be able to handle the storage, but you know, whatever, I'll just not edit it because I don't have to on like a rant video or anything. I should probably stop rambling off. And usually I'll talk more about her. Usually she comes into class late, like right after the Pledge of Allegiance, what we have to do. And so I don't have many problems with her in homeroom because she's late all the time. Because she doesn't take anything seriously. She just gets her drink from wherever, even though she could probably do that before the school starts, you know. But I still do have problems with her in homeroom because she puts her backpack on my desk even though her table is fully cleaned, polished, nothing, not a speck on it, not a thing on that table. And she looks at my table like, yeah, I'll put my bag right here so I can, right next to her. You know what? That seems like a good idea. Can people learn some fucking manners? Yeah. And most problems I run into with her is in focus time. She'll either be playing some stuff with her friends, whatever, or she'll be annoying me or another person, usually the teacher, because they hate her so much because she tells them to be quiet when they need to be quiet and also tells them to get off their phones when they need to get off their phones. They know exactly when they have to get off their phones. When school starts, you can be on your phone, but when homeroom, when the bell rings for the announcements, you need to be off your phone. It's not that hard. It really isn't. I'm on my phone at the start of school. I'm on my phone before the announcements. I get off my phone when that bell rings. I know exactly where the bell rings. And I knew it exactly like within a week. It's 7:35. They probably know it too, but they just do not care because they do not respect the teacher. Cancel me for this or like whatever, but it's probably because she's a female teacher. And because she's a older woman teacher. It's a pattern I've recognized. My gym teacher, I love my gym teacher. They do not care about her. They do not listen to her. They do nothing. With a male teacher, it's pretty much their best friend. They act like they've known him since they were born. But when it's a woman teacher, oh no, she's so strict. She's so old and so strict. And she tells me to get off my phone when I have to get off my phone. And she tells me to be quiet when I need to be quiet. When I'm screaming at like 1,000 decibels. Then she tells me to be quiet. She's so strict. Ah! I hate those people so much. Yeah. One time, I was on my computer. I didn't have any work. I was just doing random stuff. She puts her bag on her desk. Thank God. I just drank an energy drink. Right here. Strawberry Blast, if you can't see that. Oh. It's so good. But anyway. I really need to show this to you. I really need to show you what she did. This is my desk, okay? Her desk is somewhere over here. I'm over here on my chair. She just stretches and rests on my desk. I think I'll just keep it like this. Okay, I might need to back up. Okay. Why would she do that? Why would she feel the need to do that? Why couldn't she just go to her own desk and like use it to crack her back a little? I admit I do that too. I use the surface and I lean back and I crack my back and it's amazing. You do not need to use my desk for that. You do not have to. It's not a need. It's not. Your desk is right there. There's a sink right there. You could even use my sink. I don't care. It's a science room, so they have sinks. You could also just crack your back by like doing a bit of that. Or you could just not do it at all. If you had manners, then you would know that. I'm getting a little heated up. My bad. Her friends also always talking, always screaming, always on their phones, even doing nothing at all. They'll be staring at their lock screens. They'll be going on like Snapchat to, oh my god, I just remembered a terrible thing. One time, we had a fire drill. It wasn't that long ago. It was a fire drill. We had to stand out in the cold, and it sucked. I know, but once we wait, I think I'm thinking about the right thing. Once, I'll just talk about the other one. Once we got back to, well, we were in period 1 at the time, but when we got to focus time, no, wait. You know, I might be remembering wrong, but I did not care. She immediately texted her friend. I think she was French. I don't know why I knew that, because for some reason she had to say it, I guess, but I don't know. She might not even be French. I might be remembering this very, very wrong. But she texted her. She was like, oh, there was a fire. There was not a fire. The fire alarm went off. It was either someone vaping in the bathroom, which was one thing, or it was a fire drill, which I think it was because a bunch of teachers were saying that. She texted her. I think it was a her. And I'll just assume gender. Sorry if not, but I don't think she's watching this, so. She was like, there's a fire. There was not a fire, but there was a fire, she said. And then she was like, probably, I think she was like, no, there's not. And then she took a photo. She took a photo. She said to her, she asked it. She took a photo. She edited it with AI. She put herself into a hospital bed with AI. Why would she do that? She was talking to her friend, like, oh my god, should I use AI? Should I use ChatGPT to put me in hospital bed so that she gets all worried and I worry my friend and I'm a psychopath? Should I do that? And then they did it. Okay. Oh god, another one. That group. That goddamn group. We had a lockout. No one could get in. No one could get out. I think it was the end of school. We were in homeroom. I guess it was. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, whatever. I don't know why we were in homeroom. I knew that it was the end of school, but whatever. We could use our phones at this time. So it was okay that they were using their phones, but they filmed a TikTok. They set up their phone on their table, and everyone in the group got in. It's like 30 minutes into the lockout. Why would they do that? By the way, the reason that we had the lockout was because someone threatened the school. Someone threatened the school. Are you hearing this? And I don't know exactly what they said, but all I know is someone threatened the school. And they were filming a TikTok about it. And they were talking about it. We could have died that day. Yeah, if there wasn't a lockout, we could have died. If there still was a lockout, we could have died. So I'm not sure what you're all fun and games about. Sorry to be negative Nancy, but we could have died. This is getting way too long, so I think I'm going to end the video. Bye.